Fortunate to have with us the chairperson of the Democratic Party in the state of Tennessee, Mr. Bob Tuke. Mr. Tuke is the chairperson of the Democratic Party, and of course, Mr. Tuke, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you so much, Dr. Haney. It's a pleasure to be here.
And to tell you how delighted we are to have you here with us. As a matter of fact, in introducing you, I'm reminded that maybe almost a dozen years ago, we had Miss Jane Eskin, who was at that time the chairperson of the Democratic Party, in as one of the persons that we interviewed, and she gave us a lot of information about the Democratic Party. And of course, Mr. Tuke, what we'd like to do this morning is to talk to you about that party and to have you to give us some information. But before we do that, let's talk about Bob Tuke, to have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in eventually leading you to the chairperson of the Democratic Party in the state of Tennessee, and then we'll deal with other issues.
Well, you're so kind. I guess for background, I was educated at the University of Virginia, where I took my degree in 1969, and upon graduating, I was commissioned in the United States Marine Corps, and I fought in Vietnam as a Marine and spent 4 years in the Marine Corps. And when I got out of the Marine Corps, I went to law school at Vanderbilt Law School right here in Nashville. And upon obtaining my law degree, I joined a local law firm and just got hard at work at being a lawyer. I had been a Democrat ever since being educated at the University of Virginia. Of course, that was founded by Thomas Jefferson, and he's our founding Democrat.
Jefferson Democrat.
And I became a Jefferson Democrat. Actually, I consider myself a Jeffersonian to this minute.
Very good.
And then just through the process of working, the law firms that I've worked with really emphasized community service. And so I got involved in community service, and inevitably, if one is involved in community service, as you well know, it's going to bump up against politics. And so I got involved in politics really only at a helping level and just doing the best I could until Bob Clement in 2002 called me and asked me if I would serve as his state campaign finance chairman. And I said I would, and I did. And we worked hard in his Senate campaign, which unfortunately was not successful, but the education for me was remarkable. Having done that and finished that campaign, during the process of it, I went up to Nantucket for a retreat up there with other senatorial candidates, and among the people hosting up there was a man named Senator John Kerry.
Good. Okay.
And when I was up,